Alright, so now we're gonna work on the little clicking heater. And I'll show you exactly what that means. So, this is what you hear coming from here. It's a little motor. Alright. So all we need to take this stuff off is G20 screwdriver and a 10mm socket or wrench. It is kind of pain in the behind, but it's definitely doable, something that any home mechanic can do. You could probably use plastic pry bars instead of screwdriver, but as long as you're careful, you shouldn't be damaging much in there. Alright, and then see there's a bunch of T20 screws in here that you'll need to take off. And I believe there is also more in here, so I'm pretty sure this needs to be taken off too. It's just tabs, so even though it feels like you're gonna break it, pretty big chance you're not going to break it. See, it's those little plastic tabs. Alright, so that should give this good enough access, because we pretty much just need this guy over here. Alright, cool. Let's start unscrewing things. I feel like this has been taken off once or twice before me, because the screw heads seems to have a little bit of wear. I wonder if somebody tried before or not. Yeah, see what I'm talking about? Looks like it's been taken off. For this bolt over here, you might have to use a socket with an adapter or whatever, because if you have just a screwdriver or T-handle, it might not fit in there. And then there's a few more once you open the glove box, just around there, so you can get those off. Once you got them all, you should be able to just pull it out. But you also want to make sure you disconnect your lights over here, so you don't rip stuff up. There's a little light here, and then there is one more in there. then you want to get this whole vacuum, and then there's more here, and there should be one more in there. So here's pretty much what this will look like. There's a few more things what we're gonna need to do. So there's two 10mm nuts that we need to take off, and then once we take those off, I'll show you what else to do. And see that little white stuff? That's the motor over there in question. So that's where we're gonna need to get to. So we're gonna take this little vacuum line or whatever this line is. I don't think it's vacuum because it's pinched in there. So we're gonna take that off. And I'm pretty sure this will just come right out. This will come right out. And then that is our motor. Let's turn the key on and see if that's what makes the noises. It looks like it's seized or something. Alright, so we'll get the motor out, swap it out and see if that's the question. So just moves aside. That does not sound healthy. Alright, so just gonna take this bad boy out and swap it out with our junkyard one. Alright, now we're gonna plug in the new one, turn the key on, and see if it makes the same noise. And it does not make a noise. That's some peace and quiet. Good. Alright. So now, pretty much a reverse of what we did. Just put it all back together. Well, as far as the ease of the job, it's fairly easy. Just a little bit tedious and requires a little bit of patience and small attention to detail, but on a scale 1 to 10, I'd probably place this at like 2. So it's not any harder than changing your car's oil, and just a little bit more time consuming, and you're working with smaller parts. But other than that, there's really nothing difficult about it. The most difficult part is getting the motor in and out, because you kind of have to Tetris it in 2-3 little prongs that's sticking out. But once you do that, it's not that bad. It's definitely no heater core replacement or anything like that. So when I heard how much dealership charges for it, I was shocked. They actually say if you take this to dealership to replace this motor, parts and labor, it's like $400. It's nuts. You go to junkyard, it's $10 for a part, if you can find one. And knowing Volkswagens, There's plenty of them at junkyards, and it's the same part from the looks of it on pretty much most of the Volkswagen of this era. So like Golf, Jetta, Rabbit, they all seem to be about the same. Pretty sure this one came out of Rabbit. But yeah, save yourself several $100s, do it yourself. So hopefully this video helps. If it helped out, please hit like, subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. We do post videos monthly. So yeah, I hope it worked out well for you guys, and see you guys later.